The United States is currently in the midst of a blood shortage crisis. Now, Americans who postponed elective surgeries and transplants during the pandemic may have to wait even longer for their procedures as hospitals scramble for blood donations. Dr. John LaPook has more.
OneBlood, the largest blood center in the Southeast, is scrambling to manage the blood shortage crisis. Yet another fallout from the pandemic.
The donors are not in the traditional locations anymore. We lost large corporations, religious organizations, movie theater drives, festivals that were taking place ended.
Before COVID, schools accounted for 25% of collected blood. Now, demand for blood products is up 10% nationwide.
There's this huge backlog of operations that really needed to get done.
Some hospitals have had to delay scheduled surgeries. At NYU Langone Health in New York City, Surgeon-in-Chief Dr. Paresh Shah says they came close to doing the same.
We were down to such a low inventory of blood that if we had one major transfusion event, we would have been depleted completely.
Can you take us through a scenario where you've been right here in this operating room and you needed blood?
If you're in a trauma situation, I need blood right now. I don't need blood an hour from now. I need blood right now or this patient's not going to survive.
11-year-old Iggy Friday was diagnosed with leukemia this winter and has needed more than 30 transfusions during chemotherapy. He worries about the trauma victim, too.
I did think about the people who needed it now and stuff, so that's why I was fine with waiting.
His recent platelet transfusion was delayed because of the shortage, luckily for just a few hours.
It helps a lot of people and can save a lot of lives.
Dr. Shah told me this is one of the worst shortages he's ever seen. And Caitlin, it's a crisis the public can actually do something about. It takes just 10 minutes to donate a unit of blood.
Dr. John LaPook, thank you. For more on this, let's bring in Dr. Claudia Cohn. She's the Chief Medical Officer for the American Association of Blood Banks. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your time. So what's causing this blood shortage?
Well, I think what was already described is appropriate. We are seeing two things happening. There is a sudden increase in demand for blood as people go back into hospitals to take care of surgeries that they delayed due to the pandemic. And there is also a shortage of donors as schools are closed, as businesses are closed. These are traditional sites for donations, for blood drives, and with those not available, the amount of blood is depleted on the shelves of blood centers.
And Dr. Cohn, the Red Cross reported that hospitals nationwide are seeing, quote, an atypically high increase in trauma cases. Why is that?
I think that has to do with the pandemic as well. I think we've all been through a tremendous stress with COVID, and a lot of people are out of work. I can only say that trauma happens when people are desperate. I can't really comment on it beyond that.
And what about hospitals? How are they dealing with this crisis, and which blood types are in the highest demand?
Group O is always the highest in the greatest demand because it is the universal blood type. It's available for all. And if you're a trauma victim, as Dr. Shah was talking about, you need blood rapidly and you don't have time to find out whether you're compatible or not. So Group O works for everyone. Hospitals are dealing with this by some hospitals are delaying non-essential surgeries. Some hospitals are stretching blood so that if a patient needs 2 units, they might only give 1 if they deem it safe to give less than normal.
And what needs to be done in order for this shortage to end?
People need to donate. They need to call their blood centers and make an appointment and go donate. The ABB has a resource available. It's www.abb.org/giveblood. If you go onto that website, you can find a blood center near you. It will probably have links for phone numbers or a website where you could sign up and donate. As a previous person on this program said, it takes a very short amount of time to donate a unit of blood, and every donation you're potentially saving a life. So you're giving a lot back to the community.
That's very helpful information. Dr. Claudia Cohn, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.